Hey guys, it's Forex here. Hope you're all well. What you're actually looking at here is a faulty SEGA Game Gear. That's quite a common fault for the Game Gear. The capacitors have gone bad inside. You know, they've leaked, and you've got no. Well, you have got a screen, but it is very dim and you can't see it. So what I thought is I'd go online, get a cap kit, and I'd repair this thing. If I actually move the camera down, you actually see the image come back. You see it come back, but you know, you have to tilt the Game Gear to see the actual game. The actual viewing angle, which is that, you can see it just disappears. And there is sound coming out of this thing. It's very faint now. I don't know if it'll pick it up. I'll put the camera next to the speakers to see if you can hear it. Hope you're picking that up. Yeah, so I'll be fixing this Game Gear in this video. I'm actually going to do a two-part video. I need to fix this thing before I can move on to the next part. The next part of the video is I'm going to try and see if I can modernize the light in this. I want to remove the fluorescent tube that's in there and modernize it, basically replace it with the LED. You know, because there's one thing about these Game Gears is because of that light, these eat through batteries like the Cookie Monster eats through cookies. You know, they really do eat the battery. So yeah, I want to get that done before I can move on to modding the light. I've also want to talk a little bit about a tool I picked up, and yeah, I was using something different to this. You know, I was using some cheap Chinese knockoff before, and it was okay, but I thought, you know, I might as well. I'm starting to do you know, a lot more electronic stuff, and I need something decent to be able to do it. So I went out and paid £125 delivered, and the tool I got was this thing, the Hakko FX 888D. And this thing, compared to the cheap Chinese knockoff thing I was using before, I can't remember, I think it was called an 898D or something. This thing kicks arse. The problem was getting it, because Hakko don't really have a website where you can go on and buy it. You know, they have UK distributors so you have to get in contact with them and then get one from them. But I actually got it from the UK distributor, DanCap. I think that's how you pronounce it, DanCap. And yeah, this thing is just phenomenal. Build quality is through the roof on this thing. It really is that good, guys. So if you've got a bit of money and you want to get a really decent temperature controlled soldering iron, Hakko. But yeah, let me get me. No, you can actually see that. It's not bad when you actually hold it down, but when you actually get to the viewing angle that you would play the game at, it just disappears. So yeah, let me get set up, guys. Let me get my camera set up and we'll crack on with this thing. What I'm going to actually do is I'm just going to show you how to replace one cap, because it's just rinse and repeat. So yeah, let me get set up and we'll get cracking on and fixing this. Okay guys, I'm all set up. To get in this thing, you know, it looks pretty easy. Remove the battery covers, and there's what I can see. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a game bit screw. So yeah, there's 7 all in. So yeah, there she is. There's the Game Gear, the guts. What I want to say here, guys, is you know, please be very careful, because there is high voltage in this thing, because you know it's got to have high voltage to be able to light up the fluorescent tube inside. So just be a bit careful, guys. So yeah, you can see the caps, one there, you know, and these are what I'll be replacing. I've actually got the full cap kit where you can do the soundboard and the power board and the soundboard as well. So yeah, just need to first, yeah, that's that, and that's that, and speaker. I think this is a speaker. I think, yeah, that's that. So yeah, I can work on this now. Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come in here and I'm just going to cut the leg. Did I get it? So let me come in with my Hacko and just, let's see, I just want to get rid of that. That's it, got rid of that. Just want to get rid of, oh Jesus man, you can smell, wow, you can smell that electrolyte. You really can smell that electrolyte on that board. It really does stink. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my isopropyl wipes. I'm just going to wipe that area around there because it really just stinks, and I bet there's tons of electrolyte that's just come out of that. So I'm just going to clean that off. And you can really, that really just stinks. I'll tell you what it smells like. You ever walk around a fish market? That's exactly what it smells like. It really does smell like a fish market. It stinks. It's not a gone off fish. It's more of a, you know, like a fish market smell, like a fresh fish, if you know what I mean. Not like a gone off fish. So yeah, if you look on the board, it actually says plus. It actually tells you. Oh, why am I doing this here? Look. If you look on the board, it actually tells you plus. So you know, this is very important when you're replacing electrolytic capacitors, because they're polarized. And you want to make sure you get them in the right direction, because if you don't, when you switch this thing on, you'll get a pop, and that pop is the capacitor exploding. So just be careful. Make sure you put them in the right way. So I'm just going to take this one. And if you look on a capacitor, can you see that, guys? If you look on a capacitor, normally it's marked, and on this one the minus is marked because it's got a minus sign. If you can see, it's got a minus sign and a stripe, and that's basically telling me this leg here is minus, this one is positive. So this capacitor needs to go in this way. This capacitor needs to go in this way, like that. Minus facing away from the positive. You know, I mean, these capacitors are pretty good sized. Because what you have to do is, when this isn't the first game gear I've done, by the way, I just thought I'd let you know that. When you're actually putting these capacitors in, you've got to avoid these like pads things here. You know, these bare copper traces, is because they're indicating that if you look on the back, when this comes together like this, you see these posts, they come where they are, where these copper traces are. So you know, you've got to be aware of that when you're actually putting the capacitors in. But yeah, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to line that up and probably bend it. Just going to make just going to do it like, where's, I can do it with these actually. Just bend them out a little like that, you know, just so they've got a bit of shape to them, you know. So they're not actually, I mean, you can see what I've just done there, just shaped it, because the pads are pretty wide. So then what I want to do is, now I've done that, I want to bend it downwards. So do that, and then do that. There. You see what I've done there, guys? If you look at it like that, it's actually flattened it. I flattened the legs, so you know they're nice. So this thing won't stick up when it's actually soldered down. So basically that's that done. Basically all I need to do now is trim the legs. Well, you might as well use these. Just see what I mean? How awesome these are. These are toenail clippers, guys. But I usually, you know, when you, I mean, give you an example. This is that RAM. Yeah, it's RAM. This RAM chip. Let's say this RAM chip was bad. I had to replace it. There's no, you know, you could use chip quick on it to desolder it. That'd work. You know, you could basically do a technique where you flood it with solder and just lift each side off. You could do it that way. But there's no point really. If it's gone bad, you're not going to salvage it. You might as well just come in and just nip every. Basically, all I'd do is I'd come in and I'd just nip every single little pin like that, and then remove the actual body of the chip, but the pins would still be there. And then I just come in with my Haco and just remove each pin, and basically that's it. The chip's gone. You know, you clean it up, put the new chip on, and you're off and running. But yeah, I got sidetracked there. Sorry about that, guys. So basically, what I'm going to do now is get a bit of solder. I'm going to put a bit of solder on them pads. Bit of fresh solder on these pads. There, like that. And then I'm just going to solder this thing in place. Make sure I get it the right way around. So, you know, positive is this side, negative is that side. So I've got the negative band on this side, which is right. and I'm just going to come in and if I can grab it. There you go. Just going to come in and solder one side down. Come in and solder that side down, and then same again, come in and solder that side down. And there you go, guys, that caps in. As you can see, caps in, all nice and neat. And basically that's all I'm going to do. Can you actually see that? I'm sorry about that, guys. You know, it's really difficult to get this on. There it is, you know, and basically it's just rinse and repeat, same with all these other capacitors. So yeah, guys, I'm going to get on with that, and I'll be back in a little while. Okay, guys, back again. Yeah, I'm finished. Took me about an hour to do it. Funny enough, I thought I'd have problems with this side, but no, that was fine. It was the actual soundboard that was the pain. But yeah, it's all done. Caps are in. I've gone over it, you know, checked it, make sure the plus and minus, the polarity is right. Everything's fine. It's just screw it all back together and fingers crossed it works. But you know, there's no reason why it shouldn't, unless I've messed up big time. But yeah, let's get this back together again. Oh, are you ready? It's the exciting bit. Ooh, sound. Bit low though. I'll turn it up. Well, I think the sound's been successfully fixed. The screen's a bit bright. Oh yes. Look at that puppy now. Don't know if I get it right. There, that's. See, I can actually adjust it now. Look, you see it getting brighter, and that'll get darker. Where before I had no control. It was just. So I would say that's successfully fixed, guys. Winner. That tune's kicking ass. Okay, guys, don't worry. I'm here. It's dark. I thought I'd show you it with no lights, so you can just see how good it is. I think that's a successful fix. I mean, looking through at this viewfinder, it's not doing it justice, to be perfectly honest with you. It looks a lot better with the naked eye than it does through the viewfinder in this camera. It looks a bit washed out and too bright through this viewfinder, but actually when you see it with the naked eye, it's actually pretty good. So yeah, turn the volume down so you can hear me. I'd say that's a successful fix. I can get on to the next video now, the actual mod, where I actually take the fluorescent tube out and modernise it and you know, make it into an LED tube, which will basically extend the battery life of this. So yeah, anyway, this first part's done, fixed, winner. See you all again soon, guys.